So, continuing to talk about Charlotte, a new report just came out that Charlotte is now the 16th largest city in the United States. We were previously the 18th largest city as of the last census, so now we're the 16th largest city. We're still the 24th largest metropolitan area, but that is changing because that report also said that the surrounding cities in our metro area are growing at a higher rate than Charlotte. And I know why that probably is, but what do you guys think about Charlotte growing?
It's a mixed bag for me, because we see all these reports about Charlotte growing and doing this and doing that, and there's an interesting story that ties into this, man. So I'm driving Lyft over the weekend, and I actually get a person who is from Charlotte in the car, which is rare. Not only was the guy from Charlotte, but we went to high school together, we found out. So we was like, oh man, you went to West Charlotte. Oh yeah, you went to West Charlotte, okay. So this person in the car is telling me about his economic struggle and how it's hard to find a job that pays decent money, and he can't stick anywhere because they keep offering low paying jobs. So the point I'm trying to make is all this growth, but why aren't people from Charlotte benefiting from it? I've mentioned this report ad nauseum about the economic mobility about people from here, and I just cannot stop thinking about that every time these type of reports come up. And I try not to be conspiracy theorists. I don't like conspiracy theories, but at the same time, me and the guy mentioned the fact that it's just like, is it done by design to keep people from Charlotte down? Like, why is it so easy for transplants to find these jobs that we're coveting, and they get them so easily, and they're benefiting from it, but the people from Charlotte are not? I know too many people like this gentleman I spoke with. So I can't help but to think about that stuff when it comes to the growth and all this.
I'm gonna piss you guys off, okay? But before I piss you guys off, I'm gonna throw this quick nugget out there. What I get from this article, being a real estate agent, is that those outlining cities that are growing at a faster rate, if you have the ability to go buy some property, go buy some property.
Absolutely.
Because when that development hits that area and all these investors and developers want to come and buy, you're going to be able to sell it for top dollar. Now I'm going to piss you guys off. When I see Fort Mill and Rock Hill and those other areas growing faster than Charlotte, you know what that tells me? In a couple years, we'll be driving to the North Carolina-South Carolina border to go to Panthers games.
This guy.
So,
hey, it's gonna happen.
So that could happen. That's as far as the Panthers would move, because you do not want to stay. Here's the thing about Charlotte. Charlotte is the 16th. Me neither. Caught me off guard there. It's the 16th largest city in population. So unlike Atlanta has a larger metro area, but it's spread out.
Yeah.
Charlotte has, almost 1 million people all within a very small. So even though the metro areas are growing faster, the concentration of people is still in Charlotte proper. So it's going to be a very long time before, if they ever decided to move the Panthers away from.
Well, and here's my justification. Now, Charlotte proper, as it's put, because it's already so condensed, there's only a matter of time before that population growth kind of like plateaus. And I lived in Murfreesboro, which is right outside of Nashville, a couple years. And what happened was, when the Titans came to Nashville, even though it's been about 20 years now, 20 years, they're still seeing growth in the outer counties away from Davidson County. What's going to happen when this population growth starts to plateau and the Panthers move to the border, even though it's only a few miles further south, when they move to that border, you're going to have that same effect. You're going to get all those businesses and all those condos, and then it's going to affect.
Well, I mean, look at downtown Charlotte.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't remember what it was like before they built what was then Ericsson Stadium, but I mean, that part of town was it was you didn't want to walk there at night,
No,
and it
son.
was. I mean, and now try and live, 2 blocks from the stadium now.
for less than 1,500.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
So I could see that
Yeah.
eventually, but I think that one of the biggest reasons that, to speak on Jamal's point about why people from Charlotte don't seem to have the same economic stability as transplants, is because the businesses and corporations that are coming here are transplant businesses. So the company I work for, which I will not name though, but they are a transplant company. They are originally from the north. And when they allow people to relocate here, they built a new headquarters there. They let them keep their salaries. So everyone knows that if you live up north, you're gonna make more money because it costs more to live up there.
Right.
So then those people said, why not? So they come down here, they pay less property taxes, and they get to keep their
northern salaries. So they get way more bang for their buck.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and those are the people that are building the economic infrastructure of Charlotte now, and it kind of freezes out people who are from Charlotte and don't have that same salary base because they've never left Charlotte.
Right.
One of the things that, for those of you who work in corporate America, you guys know salary base is very, very important. If you establish a salary base and you go somewhere else, they're not going to want to pay you less than whatever your salary base is.
Right.
So a lot of times it makes sense actually to go somewhere else, establish a higher salary base, and then come back to the city and then work for a corporation.
Makes sense.
Here. But like we've talked about before, this is the price of progress.
Yeah.
I understand. We want Charlotte to be a world-class city, but that's a double-edged sword. We've got to deal with the things like you spoke on, and gentrification, which in itself is a double-edged sword.
Higher crime rate.
Higher crime rate. Traffic. We've got to deal with all those things. But if we want Charlotte to be a world-class city,
You gotta take the good with the bad.
exactly, that's what we're gonna have to deal with. So.
Yeah.
All right.